Well, hello there. We meet again at last. The news. We've got it for you. But don't worry. You don't have to do anything you don't want to get it. It's just the way we do things around here. So sit back, relax, because it's going to get bumpy tonight here on MU180.
With five-time Emmy Award-losing lead anchor Kevin Ellis, Marco Bichinich, weather, Zach Myers, sports, and your reporters from the field, Roberto Vaquero and Trayvon Wesley. It's MU180 at 7 o'clock.
Thanks for taking the time to sit down and watch this lousy program. I'm Kevin Ellis. Tonight, a group of wild cats attacked a soup kitchen in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. The kitchen was ransacked by the furry felines during their dinner rush and left only a can of tomato soup and 2-day-old bagels. In financial news, the English stock market fell 400 points after news spread that the Queen bought the country of Swaziland with state funds. The markets quickly recovered after the royal family announced that they will only bought the country for 2,000 euros. In Russia, Cold War sentiment was reignited this past weekend after former President Bush met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow for lunch. It is reported that President Bush was trying to convince President Putin that Rocky Balboa's defeat of Ivan Drago was the cause for the end of the Cold War. Putin was so infuriated by the remark that he contracted several Russian filmmakers to film an alternate ending of the movie. In the ending, Dolph Lundgren breaks Sylvester Stallone in half, and Soviet Russia is not swayed by Rocky's compelling, "If us can change and yous can change, everybody can change." Now we go live on over to Buffalo Wild Wings in downtown Los Angeles, where Kevin Landgraf is reporting. Kevin?
Thanks, Kevin. Police here are telling me that an armless man is in a standoff with authorities.
Wait, an armless man is in a standoff right now?
That's right, Kev. With only legs, a standoff is about as much as he can do.
I see. Now, what is the motive behind this man's actions?
Well, Kev, apparently the man tried to order a basket of wings, but was unhappy with the price.
I guess with no arms, he decided to try wings.
Apparently, and he claims the restaurant tried to charge him an arm and a leg for the meal.
Well, then I can't imagine he was able to pay. Now, Kevin, you mentioned they're still in a standoff. Do you know if the man is armed?
Kevin, at this point, it doesn't appear so, but I can tell you he is legged.
Now, other sources are reporting that he was once a professional surfer.
And what other sources do you have?
Well, I have my ways. But if he does surf, I can't imagine he'll be hanging 10 anytime soon, you know?
Astute observation, Kev. But I actually heard he was a failed musician.
Well, what happened with that profession?
He just couldn't carry a tune, Kev.
How tragic. Are there any plans to defuse this situation?
Well, Kevin, the police have told me that the man is now holding someone hostage. And yes, he is armed to the tooth.
What will it take for the man to hand over the hostage?
At this point, it's looking like armed guards will have to take the man down.
Will they engage in hand-to-hand combat?
I suppose anything is possible, Kev. Wait, I'm just getting breaking news. Yes, the crisis has come to an end. It seems that the man has decided to throw in the towel on this one and walk away peacefully.
Thank goodness. This situation was becoming a handful.
Yes, indeed, Kev. Let's give the man a hand for calling it quits, or maybe give him an arm. Either way, back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, don't go anywhere, because when we return, we'll have your weather report. Stick around. Welcome back. We now turn it on over to the kid from the GoDaddy Super Bowl commercial with the weather.
Thanks, Carl. Here's a quick tip, folks. If someone starts getting too chummy with you, just call them by the wrong name to let them know you don't care about them. And now to the weather. A gigantic Category 5 hurricane that has been forming for the past 2 weeks in the South Pacific struck the coast of Africa today. Despite winds exceeding 160 miles per hour, whoever names these things still refuses to give it a threatening name. Hurricane Priscilla destroyed 32 villages and is responsible for at least 54 deaths, along with countless injured. One of the wounded, Medi Balewa, is 95 years old and has survived no fewer than 23 hurricanes throughout his life. This man was well aware of the danger a hurricane represents, but due to his Alzheimer's forgot to give a fork because he tied himself to a tree on the beach just to prove he could withstand the winds. Well, in the words of Bill Clinton, it's not the wind, it's what the wind's blowing. And Mr. Balewa ended up getting the very fork he forgot about buried in his spleen. As of now, several musical artists are putting a tour together to raise money for victims of Hurricane Priscilla, including rapper 50 Cent, who, due to monetary exchange rates, will be headlining as $40 million. Now we do have clear skies tonight. Tonight you can see the moon reflecting off the snow we got over the weekend. But it's okay, because on Wednesday it'll be 70 degrees out and all of the snow will melt away along with all of our troubles, except for the flash flooding that will accompany the melting. The outlook is good for the weekend though. It'll be the perfect weather to get the family together and muck out the living room. Now, folks, if you see a sleeping coyote, don't wake it up. I cannot stress that enough. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I gave blood. There's the thing there. I am scared to death of needles, and the thought of getting rid of that which causes me to live just does not make sense to me. So why did I do it? Well, apparently you saved 3 people's lives, but I don't care. They gave me a muffin. I gave my blood for a muffin? Yes. So I sold my body? Yes. For a muffin. Will you judge me for that? No, you won't. I gave so that I would receive. I had what they wanted, they had what I wanted. It was an exchange of goods for payment. Is that so wrong? Just some food for thought, just as the muffin is food for me. That's all for tonight, people. And remember, if you don't like the weather, move. And it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Back to you, Jeff.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that muffin, Marco. We are now going to turn it on over to Zach Myers with the latest in the sports world, including an event some refer to as the Super Bowl. Zach, please tell us about what is so super about this bowl.
Well, Kevin, I had the winners and the losers of the Super Bowl. We will start with the winners. First winner is the Baltimore Ravens because I guess they won the Super Bowl. Got that one out of the way. The next winner is CBS because I heard that I guess they aired the Super Bowl and they got so much money from it that it's insane. It cost $3.8 million to advertise a 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl. And after, I guess there was this half-hour power outage, and that added more commercials, and they made more money. So CBS, gigantic winner. Next, we got Ray Lewis. He's a winner because he murdered 2 people and got away with it. Then we have Beyonce. She was a winner because her halftime show, which I heard was insane, made the NFL realize why on earth their last 2 halftime shows before her were Madonna and the Black Eyed Peas. Beyonce was so good that she turned the lights out for over half an hour in the 3rd quarter because she used up that much electricity. That's what I call leaving behind a legacy. Then we got Tide, who I'm going to give the Best Commercial of the Year award to, but I'm only giving it to Tide because I only watched like 6 of the commercials, and that was the one I liked the best. I would have wanted to watch the commercials more, but, well, that leads me to the losers of the Super Bowl, starting with me. I was a loser of the Super Bowl because I didn't even get to watch it because I was driving limo on campus. But I heard it was a cool game. I'm just trying to pretend like I watched the game right now because it's kind of like my job to watch the game. And the biggest loser was pretty much every company that advertised during the Super Bowl. We laughed at your jokes, and we were amused at your attempts to try and make us buy your product. But we won't change our buying habits, and you just wasted $3.8 million. Like I said before, I didn't watch the Super Bowl, and it's pretty hard to come up with a big winners and losers list if you don't watch the Super Bowl. So I'm probably going to get fired after this episode because I was hired as a sports reporter, and I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. But what does that matter? I had no job security at this desk. They only signed me to a 1-year contract, and have been paying me in lemons for every joke that I make someone laugh. So I almost have 2 lemons this year. And I expected when they hired me, they had no intention of keeping me because they will just replace me with another hot blonde younger than me next year, only with a better smile. Impossible, I know. So I'm guessing this will probably be my last sport of the week. And this week's sport of the week is called Mip Bop Timpling on a Kingling Dimer on a Shing Ting Ting Tinger Tingin. In the sport, you take your regular household Shing Ting Tinger Tingin and start timpling all around the house until your mom yells at you and yells at you, For the last time, Jasmine, you better take your shing ting ting and tingin' out of the house and play out there, so I'm gonna king cling dammer on you. And then suddenly your friend Mip-Bop shows up and she says, girl, where'd you get that shing ting tingin' from? And you're all like, Mip-Bop, I got my shing ting ting and tingin' from the hustle knopper down the street. Then you and Mip-Bop both start timpling on your shing ting tingin' until the neighbors call the cops and they go shitting on your ash. And you better go to the big boy house. That's it. I know I'm fired.
Well, shing shing tingaroo, hold tight because when we return, we'll have a special report from our special reporter. Well, apparently Trayvon is talking about Obama and call girls. Not really sure. We'll leave it to Trayvon to tell us.
Hello, America. Recently, there have been findings of a depression epidemic that has been sweeping the nation. School attendance is down, water fountains are drying out, and zoos are foreclosing everywhere. Other than asking what would the baby chimpanzees and koalas do now that their home is gone, I took a trip to different neighborhoods in Atlanta and New York and found citizens looking like this. Also, while walking, I ran across a woman who just embodied the struggle of what has been going on today. With my pocket camera, I interviewed her and she told me about her life and what has been the biggest event that's happened to her so far. This is what she had to say.
I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out, I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got me, I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
As you can see, the people are afraid. Now, being the phenomenal reporter that I am, I looked for what I could possibly be the cause for such a sorry time in the United States of America. I wanted to know what was making the little creatures of the earth hide away. I found that President Obama has all of a sudden hammered down on the call girl industry in America. Well, Obama, little do you know that our nation was built on call girls. If you need to pick me up, go see a call girl. If you lose something and can't find it, get your mind off it and go see a call girl. You're tired? Don't take a nap. Go see a call girl. If you want to teach your children about life, show them a call girl. You see, America, call girls go right alongside with the Civil Rights Movement and George Washington. There's something about them that just brings a twinkle to your eye that you would never forget. Wait, what was that? You want to see a video? Well, unfortunately, due to our parental guidance on our station, we are restricted to show videos of the sort. But if you have a smartphone or you're by a computer, search images and videos, then you will see why I have this disturbing smirk on my face. Okay, well that's all the time I have for you today, folks. The letter of the day is C, for call. Call girls. See you next time.
Well, I guess that does it for us tonight on MU180. It is my birthday. Thank you, Kristen. We'll see you next week. Here, same time, same place. Thank you, folks.